Hello, Steven.
How are you today?
I'm fine. The sun is shining. It's lovely outside.
It is, yes. Lunch outside, do you think?
Oh, absolutely.
Right, okay, let's get started proper. This is Ask Angelika visits Jena. I hope they got pronunciation right.
Yes, you have.
And we've gone from A to I, now we're on J. Would you like to explain a little bit about Jena and why you chose it?
Oh, no.
No.
I've chosen it because we've gone from A to Z. I haven't been to Jena, but obviously I needed to find a place beginning with J, and I found a few interesting. I found a few interesting facts, and one maybe a little bit of a useless one, but still quite interesting.
Right.
So I thought we'll choose Jena.
All good. Right, and the way this works is that Angelika's put together 9 sentences in German with the translation. I will read it in German, and Angelika will correct my pronunciation and read it out as well. And then we'll translate it sometimes together. And if you want to translate it yourself, then simply we'll give you time to do so. And let's start. So, welcome to the show, and Ask Angelika visits Jena. Now, Jena is behind me, as we do. So that's an actual photograph of Jena, and then we start with the first phrase. And the first phrase is: Jena ist eine Stadt in der Mitte von Deutschland.
Yeah, no problem there. Jena ist eine Stadt in der Mitte von Deutschland.
And we're starting off with the easy ones. I know these are going to get harder. If you want to translate it yourself, then please do. But Jena ist eine Stadt in der Mitte von Deutschland. Jena is a city in the middle of Germany.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go on to the translation. See how close I was. Wow. I haven't read these before, honest. Okay, phrase number 2. I knew it would get harder. I mean, that was just right. Phrase 2. Jena hat über 100.000 Einwohner und ist die zweitgrößte Stadt in Thüringen.
Yeah, well, you still did well there. Jena hat über 100.000 oder über 100.000, whichever way you want to say it, Einwohner und ist die zweitgrößte Stadt in Thüringen.
Okay, right. Okay, let's translate it. Jena has over 100,000 inhabitants, townspeople, city people, and is the second largest city in Thüringen.
Yeah, there is an English word for it, which I'm not too sure how you pronounce it actually. Thuringia? Is that
Thuringia?
How you pronounce it in English? I don't actually know.
Okay, well
I'd rather say Thüringen.
Well, you don't normally change place names, do you?
Well, sometimes we do.
Oh, okay.
It's I mean, if you think Niedersachsen is Lower Saxony.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bayern is Bavaria. So most of them, they have been changed.
Okay, so Thuringia. Jena has over 100,000 inhabitants and is the second largest city in Thuringia. The next phrase 3. 1958 wurde die Friedrich-Schiller-Universität Jena gegründet.
Yeah, almost. You made the mistake of pronouncing one word in English because it's so close to English. Es 1558 wurde die Friedrich-Schiller-Universität Jena gegründet. Yeah.
Universität. Okay. The Friedrich-Schiller University was founded in 1858.
I would make it 1558, but yes.
Yeah, 1558. Yes, you would. Okay, I got transposed the numbers. Yeah,
it's really early, isn't it? You would have thought it would have been 1858 and not 1558.
That's for this. In 1558, the Friedrich-Schiller University of Jena was founded. That is early. It is, and it's still a university town, isn't it?
Do you know, now more I'm thinking now, I hope they didn't make a mistake. I took it from a website.
No, it's okay. I read Wikipedia before we came here. It is correct.
It is, right, okay.
It is, yeah. Yeah. And your research is good anyway, so there we are.
It is very early, isn't it?
Yeah.
I bet there weren't any women there.
Bet not. No, not in those days. Phrase 4. Sie ist nun die größte Universität Thüringens.
Ja, sie ist nun die größte Universität Thüringens.
It's the largest university in Thuringia.
Yeah. You've missed out the nun, which is now.
It's now the largest, right. Okay. And phrase 5. Sie ist benannt nach dem Dichter Friedrich Schiller, der in Jena Professor für Geschichte war.
Ja, sie ist benannt nach dem Dichter Friedrich Schiller, der in Jena Professor für Geschichte war.
It is well known for...
Not well known. Benennen is to name.
Oh, sorry. It is named after
Dichter
Friedrich Schiller, the first professor of history.
Not quite. Dichter is not the name. The name is Friedrich Schiller. Dichter is a poet.
Third try. Okay, the poet Friedrich Schiller, who is the first professor of history. Yeah,
who was a professor of history in Jena.
That's okay. Let's get the translation proper. It is named after the poet Friedrich Schiller, who was professor of history in Jena. Phrase 6. Siebzehn. I'm going to get that wrong, I know. Say it again, please.
Siebzehnten.
Siebzehnten.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Yeah, I was close.
Yeah.
November 1846 eröffnete Carl Zeiss eine Mechanikerwerkstatt.
Ja, am 17. November 1846 eröffnete Carl Zeiss eine Mechanikerwerkstatt.
On 17th November 1846, Carl Zeiss opened a factory, a mechanical factory.
Well, a workshop.
A workshop.
A mechanic's workshop, and to start off with, just for him. So he was self-employed.
Yeah. In actual fact, he's become a brand, hasn't he? Carl Zeiss Jena.
Yeah.
Is a well-known photography brand.
You'll find out more in the next sentence.
Okay, then I'll not leap ahead. Okay, translation is on November 17th, 1846, Carl Zeiss opened a mechanic's workshop.
Yeah, I think if I remember correctly, he started off by himself and very quickly had 20 employees.
Oh, okay. Heute stellt das Unternehmen nicht nur Objektive Mikroskope, I'm going to mince this, Mikroskope, Brillengliser, Spiegel und Kameras her.
Yes, that's the first part of a very long sentence. And even this is quite long. Heute stellt das Unternehmen nicht nur Objektive, Mikroskope, Brillengläser, Spiegel und Kameras her. And then comes a bit more.
Okay. Today, under his name, effectively.
No, the Unternehmen is a company.
All right, okay. Okay. Today the company makes microscopes, telescopes. I don't know. I've got cameras, definitely. Games? Spiegel? No.
Spiegel is mirrors.
Mirror.
Yeah,
Okay.
with lenses, microscopes, yeah. Brillengliser is these things, spectacle glasses.
Right, okay.
And cameras. But we've got here, so stellt her, you've got nicht nur means not only. Hence, this is only a first part. So it doesn't just makes those things.
Okay. So, translation. Today, the company not only manufactures lenses, microscopes, spectacle lenses, mirrors, and cameras. I've got a feeling that it's going to be a continuation, and it is. Sondern, auch, Güter für die Medizin oder Anlagen zum Umweltschutz.
Ja, sondern auch Güter für die Medizin oder Anlagen zum Umweltschutz. Actually, I'm saving you a little bit there because there were about 2 or 3 more things. The sentence would have been too long, so I just took 2.
Yeah. Well, I recognize the brand, but I don't recognize these words. So medicine.
Yeah, and Güter is goods for medicine.
Medical supplies, or Anlagen.
Anlagen is equipment, and Umweltschutz, I think we've had it before, but it's a while ago.
World.
Well, Welt is world, Umwelt is the environment.
Okay.
And Schutz is protection.
PPE. No.
Do you know, I don't know. It could be something like that as well, but I think it's more generally environmental protection. I think it's more for the environment rather than people, but they could have that as well.
Okay. Phrase 9. Sorry, translation first. But also goods for medicine and equipment for environmental protection. Phrase 9 is here. In Jena gibt es einen, one of my favorite words, Kaninchen Sportsverein.
Yeah, lovely long word, isn't it? In Jena gibt es einen Kaninchen-Sportverein. Very useful, useless information.
Jena has a Kaninchen is a rabbit, and I remember that because that's one of the first words we learned, which was stays with, sort of word that stays with you. Sport is sport, so a rabbit sport verein. Place.
Verein is a club.
Club.
Yeah.
Okay, so they've got a rabbit sports club.
Yeah, and they do competitions with other rabbit sport clubs. If you imagine crafts where the dog's running around, or horse shows, and just imagine this in little, where the rabbit's running around a parkour and cross some obstacles and run through roads or whatever, I don't know.
Gotcha.
Very competitive.
I can imagine so. Right, let's go rewind. Take that off screen. If you read the German sentences, I will read the English ones. How's that?
Okay.
So this is a reprise, and we're going to go through the sentence again. Angelika's going to start.
Jena ist eine Stadt in der Mitte von Deutschland.
Jena is a city in the middle of Germany.
Jena hat über 100.000 Einwohner und ist die zweitgrößte Stadt in Thüringen.
Jena has over 100,000 inhabitants and is the second largest city in Thuringia.
(1558) wurde die Friedrich-Schiller-Universität Jena gegründet.
In 1558, the Friedrich-Schiller-University of Jena was founded.
Sie ist nun die größte Universität Thüringens.
It is now the largest university in Thuringia.
Sie ist benannt nach dem Dichter Friedrich Schiller, der in Jena Professor für Geschichte war.
It is named after poet Friedrich Schiller, who was professor of history in Jena.
Am 17. November 1846 eröffnete Carl Zeiss eine Mechanikerwerkstatt.
On November 17th, 1846, Carl Zeiss opened a mechanics workshop.
Heute stellt das Unternehmen nicht nur Objektive, Mikroskope, Brillengliser, Spiegel und Kameras her.
Today, the company not only manufactures lenses, microscopes, spectacle lenses, mirrors and cameras,
sondern auch Güter für die Medizin oder Anlagen zum Umweltschutz.
Gut is good, Güter is gooder, but Güter is goods.
Güter is goods, ja.
Good and gooder. Okay, right. But also goods for medicine and equipment for environmental protection.
In Jena gibt es einen Kaninchensportverein.
And finally this week, there's a rabbit sports club in Jena. Right. I wonder if there's a rabbit sports club in Devizes. Do you think there might be?
I don't think there is.
A rabbit appreciation society.
I don't know. We don't have a
Right.
rabbit, so
No, we don't. We've got Wir haben Hühner.
ja, wir haben kein Kaninchen.
Kein Kaninchen, aber wir haben 4 Hühner.
Ja.
Ein Älter und 3 Junge.
Ja.
Okay, we keep chickens, not rabbits, and we've got 1 old chicken and 3 younger chickens. We don't name them, we don't eat them, but they do lay the most delicious eggs every single day.
They do, until they go into retirement, and then they just stay with us and enjoy their retirement as well.
Retirement home. Where are we going? Well, if we've just done Jena, then K must be in 2 weeks' time. Would you like to say more about where? Do you know where we're going?
I've got a pretty good idea. What's one famous town in Germany or city in Germany beginning with K, which I think we haven't been to yet?
Okay. Königsberg. Köln. You're not smiling, so I'm not.
Köln. For half, I expected you to say Cologne, which of course isn't spelled with a K.
Oh.
But Köln is, so we'll most likely go there.
Oh, excellent. Okay. Would you like to say goodbye to everybody for now?
Yeah, well, thank you for watching, and we'll see you again in 2 weeks' time or in the next video. And it's tschüss von mir.
Und